Today we are going to be talking about the map, the filter, and the reduce function in Python, and I'm Kindson the Genius. One thing about this is really a simple topic, but the names tend to make it appear difficult. So the map function, the filter function, and the reduce function, there are three different functions you apply to a set of data. So today we are going to see how you can use these three functions, and you see that it's really very easy. So what I'd like you to do is to subscribe to my channel by clicking on subscribe button below this video, so that you kind of motivate me to continue making these lessons, and also you get notified when I make new lessons every time. So just click on the red subscribe button below this, the video, and subscribe. If you have any problem, any question you want me to treat, or any programming challenge or quiz you have, just also let me know. Leave it in the comment box below, and I'm going to respond to you, because I make these videos for free and I like making videos for my subscribers, including you. Alright, so let's see. Take a look at this list here. We have list of scores. So if you're a teacher and you have a set of students and you have this kind of scores, what do you observe in this course? One thing is all of them are below average. So it means that there's something wrong, and somehow if a teacher have an exam or a quiz or a test and all the students of the class score low or very low, it tends to be the fault of the teacher in a way, or sometimes it might be the way the question is presented to the student might not actually be the right way. So a situation like this happens, one thing the teacher can do is either to reset the test, that is, make the students sit for another test, or to add scores to all the students. For instance, in this case, you might choose to add scores like 40 or 30 to all the students equally. And that is what we want to do here. So assuming we have this list of scores and we want to add item, let's say 40 marks across, we kind of want to augment this score by adding 40 marks across. How can we do that? One thing we can do is to write a function that takes a number and adds 40 to it. So in doing that, you can just say def, you can say add 40. Let's write it as a function, and it takes a number n, right? So what can happen here is you can just say new score is equal to n plus 40, and then you return new score, right? So now we have a function that we've written that can add 40 to a number. So this add 40 takes a single number or a single score and augments it by 40. So one thing we can do is we can look through all these scores and add 40 to all of them. So we can say for score in scores. So we want to look through all the scores. I want to add 40 to them. So let's say new scores. So new scores will be an array that holds the new scores of the students after 40 has been added to it. So let's just make it an empty array, and then at this point we can just call add 40 for each of the score. So you can just say new scores dot append. So in this case, we want to call add 40 on the score. So you can say add 40 and you give it score, right? So what we are doing here, or let's make it a bit clearer. Let's just say new score equals add 40 score. So in this case, we are calling add 40 and we've created a new score for each of them, and then we are going to append it to this array new scores. So this new score, for this particular score, we are looping through and adding 40 to all of them. So we can just say new score dot append, and then we say score. Alright. So we've written this function, we have new scores, we have add 40. So now one thing I would like to do is I would like to print out the new scores so that you can see how it looks like. So if I print out new scores, you will see that I'm going to right click and say run. So shift this, okay, think it's hiding the output somewhere. So okay, fine. So we have 1249. Okay, print new scores. For scoring scores. Okay, so okay, so let me run again. So it's giving us it's giving us the old score. So let's call this new scores.append. So I'm printing new scores at 40. New score is equal to at 40. Okay, so I'm going to append new score, not just score. All right. So if I run this code now, you see that it gives us the augmented score. It gives us the augmented score. So, for instance, if you can look at 12, you can see that it's now 12 plus 40 is 52. 49 plus 89 plus 40 is 89. 23.2 plus 40 gives us the amount here, 63.2. So this is the long way to do it, the way to do it using loop. Now we can actually do this using map function. So to do it in just one single line, you use the map function, and the map function is going to take two parameters. You are going to give it the function you want to use and the data set you want to use. So what the map function will do is it's going to add is going to apply this map function, or this function you're passing, to each of the item of the array or of the list. So let's do it. So I'm going to do this in one line. Permit me to delete all this. So let's do this in one single line using the map function, and you see how it works. So let's see. I'm simply going to say map, or let's just print map, and the function is add 40, and now I'm going to give it scores, right? Good. So if I print it out now, let's see. So it gives us a strange object here, a map object. Actually, the output of a map function is a map object. So to get the list from it, you simply convert it to a list. So you can just say list. I'm doing this in one line, but you can actually separate it into maybe two lines. So if I print it out now, you can see that it gives us the same thing exactly in one line, right? So this is how the map function works. Now in my website, kindtondegenius.com/python, you will see another example. In this case, it's about calculating the area of a circle. So we have several radius. I want to calculate the area of different circle or different radius. So run this code yourself, copy it and run it, and see exactly how it works. Before I continue, let me just show you that this function, you can actually eliminate it completely using lambda expression. So to write a lambda expression equivalent of this function, you simply say lambda takes n and then returns what? N plus 40. So this is really very easy. So what we can do is we can actually take this lambda expression, or we can just say add 40 equals lambda expression. So we can actually throw this away, and then we have exactly the same thing. So if I run it, it gives us the same thing. So what lambda expression helps us to do is to change this function into just a single line function. So this is exactly the same function we had, so I can display this function back so that you can compare the two functions. So this is a function, the long way to write it, and now this is lambda expression of the same function. And now let's go a step further. I'm going to take out this, and I'm also going to take out the lambda expression, and I'm going to put it inside. I'm going to put it inside this place, and I'm going to delete. So everything is actually completely in one line. So that is the power of map function. By using it together with the lambda expression, you have a code that is really clean, readable, and reduced. So if we run it, we see that we have the same thing. So if you have some issue with lambda expression, try to look in the description box. You'll see a link to where I explain everything about lambda expression very easily. Also, look at my website, kindtonthegenius.com/python, and search for lambda expressions, and then you see how it works. I'm going to stop here, and in the next video, after this one, immediately after this one, we are going to now discuss filter function, how we can filter a list of values based on certain criteria. I'd like to thank you for viewing. Remember to subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button below this video, and also like this video and leave a comment for me if you have something you would like to say.